How men fall in love. Love is often portrayed as a spontaneous spark, a fleeting emotion beyond our control. But for men, love is far more profound, an intricate blend of biology, psychology, and purposeful action. It's not just about attraction, it's about connection, meaning, and growth. A man falls in love when he sees more than beauty. He sees potential. He recognizes a shared path, a future where both individuals grow stronger together. Love begins when admiration takes root, when he respects the values, strength, and vision of another. This admiration inspires him to become a better version of himself. But admiration alone isn't enough. Trust is critical. Men are conditioned to guard their vulnerabilities, to stand tall in the face of adversity. Yet, when he feels emotionally safe, when he knows he can reveal his fears and insecurities without judgment, that's when love deepens. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the foundation of genuine connection. Purpose plays a powerful role. A man driven by his mission in life seeks a partner who complements that journey. Love becomes a partnership, not a distraction. It's about shared growth, overcoming challenges, celebrating victories, and shouldering responsibilities together. Consistency matters. Emotional stability and steady, positive interactions build a safe harbor for love to thrive. A man falls in love with someone who brings peace to his chaos, clarity to his confusion, and strength to his struggles. Remember this, love isn't passive. It's an intentional act of investing in someone else's well-being, growth, and happiness. For a man, falling in love isn't about losing himself. It's about discovering a greater purpose in unity. The choice to begin, and that's how men truly fall in love. Not by chance, but through admiration, trust, purpose, and shared growth. Men's journey into love is deeply rooted in both biological instincts and psychological processes that have evolved over thousands of years. To understand how men fall in love, it's crucial to explore the biological and psychological foundations that drive this complex emotion. At the core, human beings are wired for connection, and for men, this connection is influenced by evolutionary imperatives, social conditioning, and emotional development. Biologically, men are programmed to seek out partners for reproduction and to ensure the survival of their genes. This instinct dates back to early human history when survival was dependent on forming bonds and creating families. The chemicals in the brain, such as dopamine, oxytocin, and testosterone, play significant roles in attraction and attachment. Dopamine, often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter, surges when a man encounters someone who captivates his interest. This chemical rush creates feelings of excitement and motivation, driving him to pursue that connection further. Oxytocin, known as the bonding hormone, is released during moments of intimacy, reinforcing trust and emotional closeness. While traditionally associated more with women, oxytocin in men also plays a vital role in fostering attachment and long-term bonding. Testosterone, on the other hand, fuels desire and physical attraction, encouraging men to take action toward forming a connection. Love is not purely a biological reaction. Psychological factors deeply influence how men experience and express love. A man's upbringing, past experiences, and emotional maturity all shape the way he approaches relationships. For instance, a man who has experienced secure attachments in childhood is more likely to form healthy, trusting relationships in adulthood. On the other hand, men who have faced emotional neglect or trauma may struggle with vulnerability and trust, making it harder for them to fall in love easily. The need for emotional safety and connection becomes a psychological drive that influences how a man engages in romantic relationships. Men often fall in love through admiration and respect for qualities they value. This admiration is tied to their self-identity and aspirations. If a man sees in a partner qualities that align with his own values or traits he aspires to develop, he feels a stronger pull toward that individual. This psychological connection forms the foundation for emotional attraction, going beyond physical appearance. A partner who embodies traits such as kindness, intelligence, strength, or resilience can trigger admiration, making the relationship feel meaningful and significant. Evolutionary psychology suggests that men are subconsciously attracted to signs of health and vitality, which historically indicated a suitable partner for reproduction. However, in modern contexts, this instinct translates into seeking partners who demonstrate emotional health, stability, and compatibility. These psychological evaluations happen quickly and often without conscious awareness. A man may not explicitly realize why he feels drawn to someone, but his brain is constantly assessing compatibility based on both physical and emotional cues. Another critical psychological factor is the desire for legacy and purpose. Men are often driven by a need to create something lasting, whether it's through career achievements, personal growth, or family. Falling in love becomes part of this larger narrative when a man sees a partner as someone with whom he can build a meaningful future. This desire for legacy compels men to seek relationships that align with their goals and values, making love not just about passion, but about purpose and direction. Social and cultural conditioning also play roles in shaping how men perceive and pursue love. Society often teaches men to prioritize success, independence, and emotional strength, which can sometimes make vulnerability feel uncomfortable or risky. Despite these societal pressures, men still seek emotional intimacy, but they may express it differently than women. For many men, love grows through shared activities, experiences, and problem solving rather than overt emotional expression. This difference in expression doesn't mean men love less deeply. It simply reflects how they've been conditioned to engage with their emotions. The process of falling in love involves a balance between novelty and comfort. Psychologically, men are drawn to novelty because it stimulates the brain's reward system, creating excitement and desire. At the same time, they need comfort and emotional safety to fully open up and commit. This interplay between seeking adventure and craving security shapes how men navigate romantic relationships. When a man finds someone who offers both excitement and emotional safety, it creates a powerful foundation for love to grow. Attachment theory also provides insight into how men fall in love. Depending on their attachment style, secure, anxious, or avoidant, men will approach love differently. Securely attached men are more likely to pursue healthy relationships and open up emotionally, while those with anxious or avoidant attachment styles may struggle with trust and intimacy. These psychological patterns often stem from early life experiences, but can be reshaped through self-awareness and personal growth. And the biological and psychological foundations of how men fall in love are deeply intertwined. Hormonal responses like dopamine, oxytocin, and testosterone drive initial attraction and bonding, while psychological factors such as trust, admiration, purpose, and emotional safety guide deeper emotional attachment. A man's upbringing, emotional maturity, and societal conditioning all contribute to how he experiences love. Understanding these underlying processes reveals that love for men is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a complex interplay of instinct, psychology, and conscious choice. A man's sense of purpose and personal identity profoundly shapes how he experiences love and relationships. Love is not an isolated emotion, but is deeply intertwined with a man's understanding of who he is and where he is going in life. When a man has a clear sense of purpose, his approach to love becomes more intentional and meaningful. Without this foundation, relationships may feel aimless or shallow because they lack alignment with his deeper values and goals. A man's purpose is the guiding force that influences how he chooses a partner, how he invests emotionally, and how he commits to building a future with someone. For many men, purpose is not just about career success or financial stability. It's about fulfilling a deeper mission in life. This mission could be personal growth, contributing to society, creating a legacy, or achieving mastery in a particular field. When a man feels aligned with his purpose, he seeks relationships that complement and support that journey. Love becomes more than attraction. It becomes a partnership that fuels his growth and progress. A relationship that aligns with his purpose feels like a natural extension of who he is, rather than something that distracts or derails him from his goals. This connection between purpose and love explains why men often become more serious about relationships when they feel secure in their personal identity and direction. A man who is uncertain about his future may struggle to fully invest in love because he does not yet know what role a partner should play in his life. On the other hand, a man with clarity about his ambitions naturally seeks a partner who understands and respects that path. This doesn't mean that men view relationships as transactional, but rather that they view love as something that should enhance, not hinder, their life's work. A man's identity is shaped by his values, beliefs, and life experiences. These elements inform what he looks for in a partner and how he connects emotionally. For example, a man who values loyalty, integrity, and ambition will naturally be drawn to partners who embody these qualities. This alignment between personal values and relationship dynamics is essential for deep emotional bonding. When a man sees that a relationship reflects his core identity, he feels more secure and motivated to invest emotionally. A man's sense of identity also influences how he handles vulnerability and emotional expression in a relationship. Men who are comfortable with who they are tend to be more open and authentic with their partners. They are less afraid of rejection or judgment because they are grounded in their own self-worth. This emotional security allows them to form deeper connections and experience love more fully. In contrast, men who struggle with self-identity may build emotional walls or engage in superficial relationships because they fear being exposed or misunderstood. Purpose also impacts how a man handles challenges in love. Relationships inevitably involve conflict, compromise, and growth. A man with a strong sense of purpose views these challenges as opportunities for mutual growth rather than as threats to the relationship. He understands that love requires effort and resilience, and he is willing to work through difficulties because he sees the relationship as part of his larger life journey. His purpose gives him the strength and patience to navigate obstacles, making the bond stronger over time. A man's goals influence the pace and depth of his emotional investment. When a man is focused on building his career, pursuing education, or achieving personal milestones, he may prioritize those areas until he feels established. This focus doesn't mean he is incapable of love, but it means he is selective about entering relationships that align with his current stage in life. When he reaches a point where his personal goals are more stable, he becomes more open to deeper romantic commitments because he feels ready to share his life with someone. The desire for legacy is another crucial aspect of how purpose shapes love. Many men are driven by the need to create something that lasts beyond themselves, whether it's building a family, leaving a professional legacy, or making an impact in their community. Love in this context is not just about personal fulfillment. It's about building something meaningful with a partner. A man falls deeply in love when he sees a future where he and his partner can grow, create, and contribute together. And so this shared vision strengthens the emotional connection and fosters long-term commitment. When a man's purpose and identity are clear, he is better able to set healthy boundaries and communicate effectively in relationships. He knows what he can offer and what he needs in return. This clarity prevents misunderstandings and ensures that the relationship is built on mutual respect and understanding. A man who understands himself does not feel threatened by his partner's independence or ambitions. Instead, he supports and encourages her growth because it aligns with the idea of mutual progress. Conversely, when a man lacks purpose, he may seek validation through relationships, leading to dependency or insecurity. Without a clear identity, he may rely on his partner to define his worth or direction, placing undue pressure on the relationship. This dynamic can lead to unhealthy patterns where love becomes more about filling a void than about genuine connection. Purpose acts as a stabilizing force that allows love to flourish in a healthy, balanced way. In essence, a man's sense of purpose and identity acts as the foundation for how he experiences and nurtures love. It shapes his choices, his emotional depth, and his commitment. Love, when aligned with a man's purpose, becomes a powerful force that not only brings joy and connection, but also fuels his growth and ambition. It transforms from a fleeting emotion into a meaningful partnership that supports both individuals in becoming the best versions of themselves. Emotional vulnerability and trust are fundamental to how men fall in love. While society often portrays men as stoic and emotionally reserved, the reality is that men, like women, have deep emotional needs. However, the path to emotional connection for men is often shaped by their comfort with vulnerability and their ability to build trust. These two elements, vulnerability and trust, are deeply intertwined and create the foundation upon which genuine love can grow. Without them, relationships may remain superficial, lacking the emotional depth necessary for lasting love. For many men, expressing vulnerability can feel risky. From a young age, societal norms often encourage men to be strong, self-reliant, and emotionally controlled. They are taught to suppress feelings of fear, sadness, or insecurity because these emotions are mistakenly seen as signs of weakness. This conditioning can make it difficult for men to open up emotionally, even when they desire connection. Yet vulnerability is essential for love because it allows a man to show his true self, to reveal his fears, hopes, and imperfections. This act of opening up is what creates intimacy and emotional closeness. Falling in love requires a man to let down his emotional defenses, something that doesn't happen easily or instantly. It is a gradual process that begins with trust. Trust is the bridge that allows vulnerability to flow freely. A man must feel that his emotions will be accepted, not judged or dismissed. He needs to believe that his partner will honor his openness and not use it against him. When a man senses that he can be himself without fear of rejection, his emotional walls begin to crumble, making space for love to take root. Trust is built through consistent actions over time. It grows when a man experiences reliability, honesty, and emotional safety in a relationship. Small moments of understanding and support accumulate, creating a safe emotional environment. For instance, when a man shares something personal and his partner responds with empathy and care, it reassures him that it is safe to be open. Over time, these moments encourage him to share even more of himself, deepening the connection. Trust is not built overnight, but once established, it becomes the foundation for emotional intimacy and love. Emotional vulnerability also involves the willingness to share personal struggles and insecurities. Every individual carries emotional baggage, past failures, heartbreaks, fears, and doubts. For men, revealing these vulnerabilities can feel like exposing a wound, yet it is in this sharing that true connection is formed. When a man feels safe enough to express his insecurities, it shows that he trusts his partner with his most fragile emotions. This level of openness fosters a deeper bond because it invites empathy, compassion, and understanding. Vulnerability allows a man to express his emotional needs. Men, like anyone else, need affirmation, affection, and support. However, societal expectations may lead men to suppress these needs, fearing they might appear needy or weak. When a man trusts his partner enough to express these desires, it opens the door for emotional fulfillment. He feels valued and understood, which strengthens the emotional connection and allows love to flourish. The fear of vulnerability is often linked to past experiences. If a man has been hurt, betrayed, or rejected in previous relationships, he may be more guarded in future ones. Emotional wounds can create barriers that make it difficult for him to trust again. In such cases, patience and understanding are critical. A partner who recognizes this fear and responds with compassion can help him slowly rebuild trust. This healing process, though gradual, can lead to profound emotional closeness and deeper love. The personal history, a man's upbringing, can also influence his relationship with vulnerability. Men raised in emotionally supportive environments are often more comfortable expressing their feelings, while those raised in emotionally distant households may struggle to open up. This background shapes how a man approaches relationships and how easily he allows himself to be vulnerable. However, vulnerability is a skill that can be developed. men preparing for the challenges of life, is where he develops the skill, and by tearing down the barriers of the traditional relationship, with the right partner and emotional environment, even the most guarded men can learn to embrace openness. The ability to be emotionally vulnerable also impacts how men handle conflict in relationships. Love is not immune to disagreements and challenges. A man who trusts his partner and feels safe being vulnerable is more likely to engage in healthy communication during conflicts. He can express his feelings without becoming defensive or shutting down. This emotional transparency prevents misunderstandings and promotes resolution. In contrast, men who fear vulnerability may withdraw or react with anger, creating distance in the relationship. Emotional openness fosters constructive dialogue, which is essential for maintaining a strong, loving bond. Vulnerability allows for mutual growth in a relationship. When both partners are open about their fears, dreams, and struggles, they create a space for mutual support and encouragement. This shared vulnerability strengthens the relationship because it fosters a sense of teamwork. Love becomes a partnership where both individuals are committed to understanding and uplifting each other. This dynamic creates a resilient bond that can withstand life's inevitable challenges. It's important to recognize that vulnerability is not a one-time act, but an ongoing process. Love deepens as vulnerability and trust continue to grow. A man who feels emotionally safe will continually open up, allowing the relationship to evolve. This ongoing emotional sharing keeps the relationship vibrant and prevents emotional distance from developing. But how emotional vulnerability and trust are not signs of weakness. They are the cornerstones of authentic love. A man truly falls in love when he feels safe enough to lower his emotional defenses and reveal his true self. Trust allows him to be vulnerable, and vulnerability allows love to deepen. When a man experiences this emotional safety, he forms a bond that is both profound and enduring. It is through this openness and trust that love becomes more than just a fleeting emotion. It becomes a lasting and meaningful connection. Admiration and respect are essential components of how men fall in love. While physical attraction might spark initial interest, it is admiration and respect that sustain and deepen a man's emotional connection. These two qualities form the core foundation upon which lasting love is built. A man does not truly fall in love simply because of beauty or charm. He falls in love when he deeply admires and respects the character, values, and actions of his partner. This admiration often reflects what he values most in himself or what he aspires to become. Admiration involves recognizing and valuing the qualities that make someone unique and exceptional. For men, this can include a partner's intelligence, confidence, kindness, resilience, ambition, or emotional strength. When a man admires these traits, he feels inspired and drawn to that person on a deeper level. It becomes more than attraction. It evolves into emotional investment. He begins to see his partner as someone who not only complements him, but also motivates him to grow and become better. This admiration creates a sense of pride in being connected to that person, fueling his desire to build a lasting relationship. Respect, on the other hand, goes hand in hand with admiration. It involves acknowledging a partner's autonomy, boundaries, opinions, and individuality. For a man to truly fall in love, he must respect who his partner is at their core. This means valuing their choices, dreams, and even their flaws. When a man respects a partner, he doesn't seek to change them, but rather supports and encourages their personal growth. Respect creates a sense of safety and trust within the relationship, making it a space where both individuals feel valued and understood." End quote. The combination of admiration and respect also influences how a man engages with his partner during challenging times. Life inevitably brings obstacles, and how a person handles adversity can significantly impact how they are perceived. When a man sees his partner face difficulties with strength, grace, and resilience, his admiration deepens. He respects their ability to confront challenges and adapt, reinforcing his emotional bond. It's in these moments of vulnerability and strength that love grows stronger. built on the foundation of mutual respect. Men often fall in love with partners who embody traits they find meaningful or that align with their own values. For example, a man who values ambition and hard work may admire a partner who is driven and passionate about their goals. A man who prioritizes kindness and compassion may be drawn to someone who naturally shows empathy toward others. This alignment of values fosters a deeper connection because it reflects a shared understanding of what is important in life. It reassures him that his partner is someone with whom he can build a meaningful future. Admiration also plays a significant role in how a man envisions a long-term relationship. When a man admires his partner, he is more likely to see them as part of his future. This admiration fuels his commitment because he recognizes that he has found someone exceptional. He feels fortunate to be with someone who challenges and inspires him, making him more willing to invest emotionally and work through relationship challenges. Love, in this sense, becomes a journey of mutual growth where both partners elevate each other. Respect further influences how a man communicates and resolves conflicts in a relationship. When respect is present, disagreements are handled with care and understanding. A man who respects his partner listens to their perspective even when it differs from his own. He values their thoughts and feelings, which allows for constructive conversations rather than destructive arguments. This respectful communication fosters a stronger emotional connection and prevents resentment from building. Love thrives in an environment where both partners feel heard and valued. Another critical aspect, respect, impacts a man's sense of security in the relationship. When a man admires and respects his partner, he feels secure in their bond. He is less likely to feel threatened by external influences or insecurities because he knows that their connection is built on genuine appreciation and mutual understanding. This security allows love to grow without fear or doubt, creating a stable and lasting